Hey everyone, welcome back to the Book Barn. This is a fun bonus Q&A episode. I'm Lasha.
And I'm Lanie, and I am so excited for today's episode because it's all about you, our amazing listeners and friends. You sent us some fantastic questions. So Lasha, let's dive in.
All right, our first question comes from Elena, and she asks, do you remember the first chapter book that you ever read and were really invested in? What was it?
Ooh, I love this question. So mine was Annie, like Little Orphan Annie, by Thomas Mann. He was the Tony Award-winning author of the Broadway hit. I was in 6th grade, Mr. Peffley's class. I remember that I didn't want to put that book down.
Nice.
How about you?
Honestly, I do not remember. I know that I was a reader, but I can't really think of any specific book.
And that's okay.
All right. So Allison asks, what made you decide to start this club? And where do you get the books that you pick?
So funny story. We started the book club because Lasha and I went to lunch with a friend and she was in a book club and it sounded like so much fun. So Lasha asked me if we were starting our own and boom, here we are.
It came along at a time where I had been craving to do something out of my comfort zone. My husband likes to joke that I have trouble making it past the mailbox alone. And probably he's kind of right sometimes. I can't express how much our club means to me. We were having such a good time with our book club and we wanted to let more people in on the fun, so we created the Facebook page. And I love being able to connect with even more readers and hear their perspectives and insights. It's been wonderful.
I agree.
And so as far as our book selections, we pull those from a mixture of personal recommendations. We look at good read lists. We see books in just different places that catch our attention. And we let our Book Barn masterminds vote or even play fun games and pick from a list.
Yes, and sometimes we get bestsellers and other times they're just little hidden gems. And we also try to mix it up with different genres to keep things interesting.
Yeah. Next up, Gina asks, what is your favorite genre to read?
Ooh, okay. This is kind of a tough one. I don't think I can pick just one. I do love thrillers, which I didn't know that until we started the book club. But I also like historical fiction, and I'm the fantasy girl.
You are.
I love fantasy.
Yeah. So I don't know if I can pick either, really. Before starting our book club, I'd read mostly nonfiction, kind of like instructional type books, just on topics that I really felt like I wanted to learn more about. And so now since we've started our book club and expanded the genres I've read, I just love so many of them. I don't think that I can really narrow it down.
I get that. I do. So Melissa wants to know, do you use Goodreads or any app to track what you've read?
I do use Goodreads when I remember to update it. I also keep a written log. And let's see, for a while, I actually tried using the app Bookly. I picked that one because it had a calendar view that was really cute. You could have all of the book covers on the calendar. So it made a really cute graphic for you to look at what you'd read. But really, it was just too hard for me to keep up with. So I abandoned that one. But
okay.
I know that there's other book reading tracking
There's
apps.
a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I do also use Goodreads to rate and review books, and it's kind of fun to compare my thoughts with others after finishing a book. I will say that sometimes I get a bit behind as well. So anyway, it's a fun app to kind of look at and see if you've met your goal, I think. But what other apps do you guys use? Message us. Let us know. Maybe you have a hidden gem that we haven't found yet.
Yeah. Here's a question that we have been asked several times. Do you make money from your podcast? Lanie?
That is a no. We don't. It's actually the opposite. You know, we've spent quite a bit of money on equipment, comfy chairs that my husband bought for us.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I have to give a big shout out to Mike, Lanie's husband. He bought us the most comfy office chairs. I love them. So comfy. So thank you, Mike, for being so thoughtful.
And not only did he buy us comfy chairs, but he felt sorry for our guests.
Yeah.
So he bought an extra chair.
Yeah, it came later. So he spoils us.
He does. But we've spent a little bit of money to get into this, and we're not making anything.
No, we're not. So back to that, making the money. We did open an Amazon affiliate account, which we thought we could provide links to the books that we've discussed here on the podcast. Also thinking it could be a fun way to earn a little bit towards maybe our next book purchase. But honestly, guys, it is so much work to go and add all of the links and go back and forth, and just the few cents that we could make doesn't seem like it's worth it. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes.
I do think, podcasters, some do make money, but they have so many people following them, and we're just not there.
No. And maybe someday there's somebody out there who wants to sponsor us, and we probably wouldn't turn that down, but we don't even know how to go about that. And that isn't our goal.
No, we're just having a blast.
Just having fun.
So this brings us to another great question. How do you read so much without it costing you an arm and a leg?
I think that this is a really good question, because reading can certainly be an expensive hobby. Or really, it can cost practically nothing. So Lanie, let's give our listeners some tips on this. Do you have any? To start?
I do. So this summer, I went and got my library card. I had one when I was a kid, but they've updated the system since then. So I went and got my card, and I got the app Hoopla, and you can listen to books on Hoopla or read books on Hoopla for free.
Yeah. So you can get your library card, and then you can download your library app, and different libraries have different apps. And I'm really not sure how that works as far as, I know some other libraries in our area use Libby.
Yes.
And it really just depends on your library, what content there is available. But you can watch movies on it. Yeah, they have a lot of fun stuff. And of course, you have a limited amount of borrows.
Well, I know on Hoopla, I think I get so many a month.
Yeah.
And I never use all that I can get.
Yeah, I think you get 5 borrows.
I think that's
a month.
Right.
Yeah.
Libraries are pretty awesome nowadays.
They really are.
You can do all kinds of things at the library you didn't used to be able to do.
Absolutely. So. Obviously, you can go to the library and check out a book.
And we have girls that do that. We give them the book titles ahead of time, and they get on a list, and they just get their book at the library.
Yeah. Yep. So that is a great way. There are also plenty of used book websites that you can purchase books, like abebooks.com, thrift books. Those are some of them. I know that there's others out there. Just search. Even Amazon has used books. You can do yard sales, Facebook Marketplace, thrift stores.
I've found a few at thrift stores. I really have.
Yeah. Any other ideas?
I know we share books with our friends. I'll read it and then pass it along to, somebody in our book club.
We do that a lot. We just kind of pass all around.
Pass them along. 3 or 4 people might read the same book, actually.
And you have a Kindle, don't you?
I do. I love my Kindle.
Yeah, I have a Kindle. So there are email lists that you can sign up for. You don't have to do it this way, but they make it very easy for you. You can go to their website and you can kind of choose some of the genres that you like and maybe pick a few titles. And then they'll start to send you deals to your email for cheap and even free ebooks, because I think authors and publishers do that so that they get more exposure.
Sure.
To your books, so you can get free. You can load your Kindle up for free. I've done it. Yep. I use personally FreeBooksy and BookBub. There's also Book Riot, I think. I don't use that one, and then you can also just search on Amazon for free Kindle books. And I bet you'd be amazed at what you can find for free.
Yeah. But I will say I am spending quite a bit of money on books.
Yeah. Well, when we have a specific title, you and I want to read them ahead of time. So we kind of grab them when we need them, and you can't always find the deals, especially if they're a new release or, a bestseller right at that moment. So,
right. And I just kind of think, less than $20, and it gives me hours of entertainment, and then I can gift that to somebody else that gets hours of entertainment. So
yeah, but it doesn't have to cost that much.
No.
It really doesn't. Also, some publishers will do book giveaways themselves too. So if you go to like the publisher's website, you can enter for book giveaways, and Goodreads also does giveaways. I do think that that's probably for people who are really consistent about putting out reviews. It's kind of a trade-off for that.
I've entered. I've never won.
I supposedly had won one title, but I haven't seen the book yet. So it's supposed to be a physical book coming to me, and I haven't gotten it yet. So we'll see. Yeah, lots of ideas. And now it's time for some book recommendations from our listeners.
First, we have one from my niece, Annabelle, and Annie says she loves The Girl on the Train. She says it was her favorite book for so long because of the way the storyline changes with each character's point of view. We're both fans of that, of multiple point of view books, right, Lasha?
Yeah, we are. I feel like that it can add some depth to a story.
And then Crystal, she recommends Animal, Vegetable, Miracle by Barbara Kingsolver. She says it's the perfect winter read, especially when you're looking forward to spring. And we did have another book recommendation in our book group. Thanks to Tiffany for giving us the short review of the book There by Tommy Orange.
She said, "Not sure how to recommend a book with hard subjects like this one, but it is beautifully written, and sometimes the hard books can be the most impactful." Yeah, I agree with that.
I do too, and I know that my sister read that book as well.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, a shout out to Andy. She was one of the first to guess our October book from our clues. It's Counting Miracles by Nicholas Sparks, and I'm so excited.
Whoop, whoop.
He's one of my favorites.
I know that.
Yeah, so thank you, Andy.
That was so much fun. Thank you to everyone who sent in questions and recommendations. You all keep this podcast going, and we love to hear from you.
And if you didn't hear your question or recommendation today, don't worry. There's always next time. And feel free to send more our way.
Until next time, keep reading, keep recommending, and we hope you'll join us for the next episode of the Book Barn Book Club. I'm Lasha.
And I'm Lanie.
And keep those bookmarks busy.